What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and finally, welcome to a bug update video. We are back, and let's jump right into it. We got a chassis behind us. The shop is a mess, so please don't judge, but we'll get that taken care of. We've got a 8-point roll cage on the bug, guys. I am so freaking excited. They did an incredible job. We just got a brake line right there that's chilling, but don't worry about that. So I got super sick these last couple of weeks and had a bunch going on, so I'm sorry I haven't put a video out, but I think it was worth the wait. I'm gonna do a little bit of B-roll, some montage on these welds, on the fitment. It is incredible. I have some quick snippets of it in the car that before they fully welded it out that I will show you guys, but like, it's incredible. I'm so freaking excited. So now we have like no time. We gotta jump into it and start slamming this thing together. Let's jump into some B-roll. Alrighty guys, so here it is. We got a sick 8-point cage. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we got a nice 8-point cage. We don't have anything in the middle really to tie the cage into to make it a 10-point. So I'm not 100% sure if it is going to be an 850 cert cage, but it's there enough that we can get some more bars added in later on and make it an 850 cage. But it's an amazing base to start off, and I am super excited. So here it is. Super awesome. It fits extremely well in the body of the bug. I will show you guys that soon. But as of right now, we're going to jump into getting some work done on this thing because we are way behind. So I'm going to drop the I'm gonna drop this skid plate out. You can't see it very well. Alrighty, so I'm gonna drop this skid plate out because our oil pan was hitting on it last time, and just get that out of the way. Clean some stuff up on the front end. Get that brake line that's just kind of flung in there out of the way. And we are going to get our engine and trans set in here so we can start mocking stuff up. So let's jump into that. Alrighty guys, so we got the engine and trans set in, and I'm experiencing exactly what I was experiencing before. Let's see if we can see it all. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, if it'll focus, but the oil pan is sitting on the differential. Let's see, come on. So the oil pan is sitting on the differential, and my motor mounts are not lined up. So what I'm gonna have to do is build new motor mounts. I do have these universals that came off the Supra. So I'm going to take those universals real quick, bolt them to the side of my block, and then see if I can come up with just taking some thick old I am sorry, I am struggling. It has been a minute since I made a video. I'm going to take some old pieces of the frame that I cut out, that's some real nice thick steel, and make my motor mounts out of that. And so I think I should be able to use these Supra universal mounts, the ones that came out of the Supra, and make my own tabs to the frame, and should be able to get the engine and trans in there. So I'm going to try and do that. Alrighty guys, so we got the engine and trans test fit. I've got a ratchet strap holding the trans, facing the diff exactly how I want it, and I've got basically no clearance between the oil pan and the front diff. Let me grab a flashlight and see if I can show you guys. So I don't know how much you can see right there. Just trying to zoom in on, or trying to focus on everything else, but we've got like maybe a 1/4 inch between the oil pan and the front diff. Not ideal, but it's gonna work. And we have these universal motor mounts that came off of that Supra that I parted out. And so what we're going to do is just cut a couple of tabs and bolt them to the motor mount, which you can see the hole through that turnbuckle. And then we're going to just weld the tabs right to the original mounting surface for the original motor mount right there. And just gonna make some triangle tabs and send it. It'll be very similar to those on my wife's car. See if it'll focus. But it'll be very similar to those, just a real simple triangular tab through the motor mount. Of course, it doesn't want to focus, but yeah. So I am going to use this piece of cross member that I cut out from the chassis. It's some good thick steel. So I'm going to cut some triangle tabs out of it and then toss them in there and see if we can make some ugly motor mounts real quick. Let's try it. Alrighty boys, it is smoky in here. As you can see, I made some motor mount tabs on each side out of that old cross member right there. So it's smoky because I just welded and drilled and everything, but we're gonna drop the engine in there and slide some bolts through. I need to get some more bolts for the motor mounts, but I'm gonna use just some spare starter bolts I have to hold it in place. And yeah, we're gonna drop that in, make sure everything lines up. Then next time I pull the engine out, we're going to round off the mounts, make them look pretty, and we'll reinforce them with a plate on each side and make them nice and strong. But this should do for testing and just getting the initial setup. Alrighty guys, as you can see, we got the engine mounted. The trans is just sitting on a floor jack right now, holding it in place. We got that right where we want it. I just made some motor mounts, as you can see, out of the steel like I showed you guys. And when I pull the engine and trans out again, because they're going to come out a lot, I'm going to brace those motor mounts. I'm going to make a box out of them. They'll be good to go. And I'm going to clean up the edges, so don't worry about that. But yeah, we finally got our engine mounted in this frame. I'm pretty stinking excited. It looks pretty good. We have very minimal room between the transfer case and the seat. It's actually touching right now, but I will have like ½ inch. Let me see if I can show you. This is why we're having issues with, can't get the transfer case really any lower. The transfer case, well, it doesn't show good on that. Let me show you on the other side. I've got a block of wood on this side that is making it look a lot lower. But let's see if we can show you. The transfer case is just a couple inches off the ground. This is actually, believe it or not, higher than I want my ride height for the chassis. If I could, I would like to get it just a smidge lower because I can't get the body any lower and I wanted to fill the wheel gaps. But that won't be happening. So it's going to sit at this height and the transfer case is going to be just a couple inches off the ground. So you can see it's not on the lift arms right now. It's sitting on its own suspension. But yeah, so there's a lot to do. As you saw, we test fit the seat and just trying to get a general feel of where everything's going to go. I am actually probably going to take it and make some custom brackets. We'll see. And I'm going to tilt the seat back slightly and move it forward slightly because right now it's touching the harness bar, which is fine. I'm actually going to make some tabs off the harness bar to the back of the seat and mount the seat to the harness bar. But if I can get the seat tilted and forward a little bit more, it'll give me some more clearance on that transfer case and we should be really good to go. And by tilting it back, it'll give me more headroom. So I can get the front of the seat higher over the transfer case and my head a little bit lower, and it'll all be really good. So that is that. I am absolutely stoked. I feel like I got a lot done for the first day of having the bug in the shop since I got it back. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am beyond stoked at how this cage came out. My buddy that did it, his name is Denim Pace here in Cedar City, Utah. He doesn't really do it full time. He does it on the side. He doesn't really do it for many people, but he hooked me up and I'm super grateful. Him and his wife did an absolutely phenomenal job. Like, these welds are next level that his wife did. Just beautiful. So I couldn't be happier with how the cage came out. I am just stressed and excited to figure out how to make it all fit now. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, sharing if you think it's cool with all your friends. Thank you for supporting. We are so close and we are going to be making huge strides for LS Fest West 2023. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to stay hungry, stay humble, stay motivated, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.